Hey, Dave Meyer, I'm Steve Mignonti. You might know me from the Barrett Jackson Auctions. I'm here with Reggie Wynn, one of your own employees, one of the great guys here. And I got to say, I'm loving Northern Belle. You know, when I first walked down the aisle here at SEMA, I thought, it's a nice, sweet Belvedere restoration. Oh, wow, it's got a Hemi in there. Look at the bottle caps. I'm thinking, well, why is that here at Turbonetics? These guys do turbochargers. And then I looked under the trunk, and I saw those twin turbos. Now, you know, I'm familiar with Bob Keller, of course, one of the guys way back, had a lot to do with Turbonetics, and he had the Turbo Honker back in the mid-'60s, a turbocharged race Hemi car. So I know about my Hemi and my Turbo and my Turbonetics history, but I never knew you could put a turbocharger at the back of the car. Well, now I do. Tell me about what makes these turbos special.
Yeah, Steve, these turbos are very special. They're our new pair of TNX 45 turbos, and just like you, most people think that if you put turbos in the rear, that they're just not they're gonna be super laggy, you know, the car's not gonna be fun to drive. But we're showing people now that with the technology we have and with the proper sizing, it'll be very responsive.
One thing I love too is I know Rad Rides by Troy Trepanier, a great guy. When I was at Hot Rod, I used to interview him and go see his latest creations. I know he did this car over like 6 years, and something I loved, Reggie, you told me that apparently the rocker panels on this double as structural members, but also they feed about 20 PSI of turbo boost from the back of the car through the rockers up into the plenum, and just brilliant engineering.
Yeah, man, we're really excited about it. I mean, imagine driving this thing down the street and 1,100 horsepower in a Belvedere. No one would expect that at all. I mean, it's a sleeper.
And being that it's an all-aluminum Hemi, I mean, it's going to have the weight of a 360, a small block, so it's not going to be nose heavy. And I understand, speaking of the street, you prepared this car for Hot Rod Magazine Drag Week.
Exactly. Yeah, it's purposely built for Drag Weekend. I mean, I'm sure they're going to have a good time driving this bad boy.
I know my Hot Rod, I used to work under Dave Freiberger at Hot Rod Magazine, 7 great years, and we did a lot with Turbonetics. I remember back in, back in the 1999 or something like that, we did some stories with Turbonetics back then, and good stuff. But again, Drag Week, this car is going to rock. I think people are going to freak out when they see this very austere Plymouth pull to the line, a Hemi rumbling away under the hood, and then whooshing its way to probably 9-second quarter mile. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, 9 seconds is definitely doable for sure. I mean, I just want to say, David, thank you very much for letting us have this car in the booth. I mean, I've said it once before, I'll say it again. This is by far the best car that Turbonetics has ever had in its booth. I mean, you can actually, we didn't have to push it in. We drove it in, and I mean, when this thing's idling, I mean, it's drawing a crowd just by the way the car sounds.
I understand. Tonight, this is Friday. We're about, a couple hours from show close. This car will leave from here and hit the streets of Las Vegas.
Yep, and it's going to go to SEMA Ignited just right after this. But again, thank you very much.
Beautiful work. And if you ever want to bring it to the Barrett Jackson auction block, we'd love to see it. So, but great work. Northern Belle is a masterpiece, and good on you for having the taste to keep the originality, but also hide a whole bunch of high tech in plain sight. Beautiful work.